Hey, Jen. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well as usual. How you doing, Angelica?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, considering what's been going on in this world, all this drama that's been popping off and happening, I have to consider myself less than lucky. But anything crazy been going on with you lately?
No, nothing really. Just, the usual life.
Well, I have a crazy confession tonight. I hope it makes a lot of people laugh. So,
wow.
we just, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. But otherwise, y'all, this is your host, Angel Vondrina.
And I'm your co-host, John Mosby, and you are listening to
Confession Session.
I'm going to just let you say it now because we can never get it together. So.
Oh, Lord. See, I was anticipating, too. I was waiting out.
No,
we got it together this week.
You paused too long. I've been trying to tell you, come on. And you always pause 5 seconds. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not going to say it no more. I'm going to let her have it. I'm just going to let her have it.
Oh, Lord. That's right. Well, y'all, until we get it right, we're going to keep doing it. But anyways, I just want to thank you all for who all tuned in last week. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you all that's tuning in this week. Once again, as I say every week, just don't be afraid to share, retweet our posts, and pretty much in regards to Confession Session. And if you know somebody with a secret or somebody that needs to get something off their chest, do not be scared to send them our way. And before we get started with our hot topic, Jen is going to let y'all know what our question for today is going to be.
Absolutely. And our question for today is, why is it so hard to forgive? And it is. Why is it so hard to forgive?
Yes,
right,
because we have so many topics that we need to talk about today, y'all. We're going to just go ahead and get that one question in and pop in, and we really want to hear y'all views and opinions. But other than that, yes, we have so much to talk about this week. It's just crazy, y'all.
Yeah, it's been a psycho past few weeks. So, yeah. So on to the first hot topic. I want to talk about. I don't know if it's niece or niece. I want to say because Venice, so I'm just gonna say niece friends. If it's nice, y'all, please just let me know. I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
But anyways, there was attack, another terrorist attack. This will be the third terrorist attack in these France. What happened was Mr. Lahulaji Boulel, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, who cares? He was born in Tunisia. He lived in France since 2009, 31 years old. Married, even though he beat on his wife. We'll talk about that later. But he drove a truck along the promenade during Bastille Festival and fireworks in Nice, and it killed 84 people, wounded 303 people. Just a terrible act. And also, and they were saying they did not expect it from him. But I feel like all these people, you never really know. You never really know anyone. But yeah, what do you feel about that, Angelica?
I just feel like, anytime one person passed away, it's sad. It's so sad. But when a massacre like such happens and, all of these people are killed and, pretty much murdered in just such an area where there's supposed to be peace and fireworks, it's just an absolute travesty. I just felt like people, they were, this was linked to an ISIS attack, quote unquote. They said, ISIS said this was them, pretty much, but also reporters mentioned he was Muslim, but he was not practicing Muslim. He was eating pork and drinking alcohol, taking drugs. So what? There are so many people in this world. Anybody can do any of the stuff that they're talking about and still do the type of things that happen. It's just sad, absolutely sad. I mean, all them people were killed, their families, and were lost out, and the only thing that they had to represent all them attacks was just a little bench where they put the flowers and everything on. It was an absolute travesty, It was extremely sad. What do you think about it?
This is along with what you were saying. It's sad, but it's like kind of fucked up that at this time, like, we're starting to get used to these, you know, these mass murders. It's just, everyone's just starting to become like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just like, you don't really think about it. It's like you think about it that day and then you keep moving forward, and it's a shame. Like, you know, I hope that they take care of what's going on, but it's just you never know. Like I was saying, and, you know, I've been saying, like, now I keep my keys on me all the time when I'm at work before I sleep them, because we have to change at work. You know, I used to leave them, like, in my locker or whatever, and it's just, like, it's sad that I have to be ready to just live a normal life.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, especially at how young we are. You know. And the fact that it was 6 people that are in custody in connection with this attack, I mean, to me, that sounds like a very well-planned attack. Like, you got a 20-ton truck, and you're crushing different individuals for more than a mile. I'm just trying to figure out, though, with all the social media that's out there, why somebody didn't say something, or, you know, why we didn't hear no screams, get the hell out the way, move. But, I mean, if you think about it, a mile is about a minute. So that means that he just crushed a whole bunch of people for about a minute and then, you know, moved along, because they're pretty much fingerprinting him, you know, as a discovery from his identification card in the truck, and got his fingerprints from that, you know. So, I mean, it was just sad. I just feel like it's not a safe place. A lot of people want to go to Paris. A lot of people want to go to France. I mean, it's just nowhere is safe. You're never safe anywhere. So, right.
Well, I'm still local right now, but as far as when I do start to travel, I definitely will not be going to France. No. There's too much going on right now. I mean, you never know in the world, but it's just like they didn't have 3 terrorist attacks this year. I'm going to leave France alone right now. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the Baton Rouge police shooting. Gavin Long, a former Marine who was discharged at sergeant rank, according to CNN, he killed 3 officers. He wanted 3 other officers. What happened was police was called saying that it was like suspicious activity on Airline Highway. He was walking with the assault rifle, and once they did arrive, he started to just go ham and just, you know, shoot all of them. He also had like a very like active online presence. He used a pseudonym Cosmo I can't pronounce none of this shit. Septempra. And he would also mention, like, on, you know, like, Facebook and YouTube, because he had, like, YouTube videos or whatever, saying he was, like, you know, physically exhausted from the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, and also about the murder of black men by law enforcement and how it's just continuing to happen, which we all feel like that. He also is a follower of conspiracy theorists, which is, you know, it's kind of weird. And he also
I just feel like, go ahead, my bad.
No, you fine. He also commended Mika Jackson, who, you know, we talked about last week, who killed like the 6 officers in Dallas. So, yeah, what do you feel like?
I mean, you know, I don't know what he did, why he did it. You know, I mean, well, I guess I know why he did it, but in a sense, I don't know why. I mean, he did this on his 29th birthday, you know, and yes, we have so many different things that's happening right now, yes, but the Black Lives Matter move isn't about retaliation. And I feel like that has a lot to do with our question of the evening. Why is it so hard to forgive? You know, this is not about retaliation. We're trying to get ourselves out there to let them know that Black Lives Matter, but we're not trying to kill police officers to make them more aggressive. You know, we don't want them to come back and be that threat that we're already scared of. Hell, I don't even want to get pulled over by a police officer right now. That's how I'm like, no, shit, if I get pulled over, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. You know, and with these consistent shootings that has been happening of killing police officers, and trust me when I say I don't like cops, period. I don't like them. But I'm getting scared and I'm getting nervous because when they start, you know what I'm saying, I can have my damn little baby, my 3-year-old son in the car, and I feel like I'm not safe just because of all the things that has been taking place since these attacks happened a few weeks ago. You know, and then again, these men are being killed. Like, I feel like they obviously know that this is a suicide task that they're committing. This is a suicide run, you know? And that's pretty sad, too, because that's another person that could be using their knowledge to help out with the Black Lives Movement, but instead they're using guns and weapons. And, I mean, it's scary and it's sad, you know? And it's not the color of the cops no more, neither. A black cop was killed, you know, and a Hispanic and a white man. You know what I'm saying? Right. They don't give a damn what you look like. They killing all the cops. So, shit, cops don't kill all the people. They already killing black people. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to get worse, and it's scary. How you feel about Gavin Long of Kansas City?
I agree with everything that you're saying. I think they're going about it the wrong way. Like, I know everybody's tired, but it just shouldn't be, you know, where it's all this unnecessary violence. Like I've been preaching, there's other ways that we can go about doing this. Yeah, I mean, I understand it does take, you know, dramatic situations to cause change sometimes, but it's just, I just don't agree with it. And like you were saying, it's like killing another black man who, before he was a police officer, he was a black man. So I'm sure, I would hope that, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't get jaded. And then forgot who you was. When you take that suit off, you looked at as a nigger too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just unfortunate. I hope there isn't any more instances like this, because I think it's stopping the movement. They're going to start looking at us. And you know they're ready to play terrorists on everybody but them and the motherfucking KKK. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I hope it's other ways that we solve this. I do like as far as the whole, you know, activism and the boycotting, but I don't agree with violence. That's too much. And I don't want cops to see me and fear me, because, you know, I got a lot to do, you know. Yeah.
100%.
Anyways, did you hear about Melania Trump and this whole, you know?
Oh my God! Come on, let's be serious. Who hasn't heard about her old thieving ass, old immigrant ass? Like, this bitch stealing. Oh my goodness! Hell yeah, I've heard about her. And dude, I actually listened to the speech side by side. It was so pathetic. I'm at work and I'm cracking up loud as hell. Like, I don't give a damn. This shit is hilarious. Did she seriously figure out to think that she was going to get away with that? Yes, this happened, you know, in 2008 when Michelle Obama, she gave that speech. Bitch, we know. We know that this happened. You know what I'm saying? But let's cue everybody in as to what exactly this was about.
So during Melania Trump's speech during the Republican National Convention in Cleveland, she pretty much just gave the same exact speech that Michelle Obama gave in the Democratic National Convention in 2008. Trump's campaign immediately, you know, they denied it, the accusation saying that it's not true. You know, I guess that, you know, a lot of the phrases that Michelle used, they said was phrases that anyone could, you know, say, and then they cited like two other places that, you know, that also use the same phrases. But 2 days later, Meredith McIver, who is like their speech writer for the Trump campaign, said that she talked to Melania, and Melania was saying that she was a fan of Michelle, and she was giving phrases that she wanted to use. And so Meredith used the phrases, not realizing that she was taking it exactly from
That's a
Michelle
damn
Obama.
lie. Absolute
so it's like,
plagiarism.
But I mean, so it's like, okay, so did Melania not, you know what I'm saying, did she not know that Melania was stealing it, or, you know, vice versa? Anywhere you go, like, somebody knew what was going on. It's like Melania can say, like, she didn't know, but you read, it's obviously, if you telling her words that you got and you want to be said in the speech or whatever, and you're like reading word for word, and then they come up on the speech, you know what I'm saying, they come up, because I'm sure that, like, she read the speech before she actually, you know what I'm saying, presented the speech. Then
Absolutely.
You should know.
She read the speech several times.
Yeah.
Dude, 22 out of 26 words, 22 out of 26 words in that little phrase alone. That's not even the first time that she's been marked for doing some type of speech that had to do with plagiarism. Like, it's been consistent. This is not the type of people that we need in our White House. This is ridiculous. Like, and then on top of that, you know, the Trump, he got, you know, lots of supporters. You already know. And a lot of them people were even offended, you know, and they felt like, damn, you know, this bitch can't even write a damn speech. She don't even know basic English. She didn't even pass the third grade. Like, you know, it's pretty pathetic. When you have to plagiarize a whole entire paragraph, like, we know what's happening. We know what's going on. We've seen this. Did you really think because this happened 8 years ago that this wasn't going to get found out immediately? Like, this is the type of shit that you can't do in the White House, bitch. You can't just
especially
do that.
on the same terms. And then it's the fact
I think she's so used to. Go ahead. No, I'm going to get real nasty about her. I'm about to get real nasty about this now. But I feel like she's used to stealing people's poses. You know, she's used to being that naked you know, person in Playboy or whatever she was doing. And she's used to stealing those poses and those, you know what I'm saying, whatever, those photos and stuff. She forgot. This is the White House. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of crazy. But go ahead.
No, I was just saying the fact that they would lie about something so simple. It's like, what else would you lie about? You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. Like, if she plagiarized, just said it, you know, I got carried away with it. You know, I respect what Michelle Obama was saying, and I wanted it worded the same way. Everybody knows that you're not this, you know, scholar, and you're not even from America. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can barely speak English as is. So it's just like we would have been understanding, but it's like the fact that everybody's saying, like, oh, no, it's just a strange major coincidence. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, it's like y'all going to be lying about everything. Y'all lying about something this simple. Y'all going to be lying about everything. You know, the state that the country's in, it's like, I wouldn't trust him. I mean, I already am not trusting
I don't.
This,
right,
this
I'm like, I
reason.
don't.
But I honestly just feel like that they're making a mockery of everything so that Hillary can get voted in.
That's a possibility.
I don't mind it. Because it's just like, you can't be this stupid and people actually just be going for it. Like, everybody
it's a lot of dumb motherfuckers
like Trump
out there.
is going to make change. You know what I'm saying? A man that was bankruptcy 7 times is going to make change. Like, come on now. Hey, seriously. But anyway,
it's crazy.
Joe Budden and Drake are beefing. I don't know if you all know. But Joe Budden initially started the beef, or what he's saying, rehashed the beef by releasing a diss, making a murderer. He said it was from a subliminal diss that Drake made when he wrote the song 4 p.m. in Calabasas. How it all started was Joe Budden said that he was disappointed in views because he is a fan of Drake, and and that Drake seemed uninspired. Drake replied back with a diss in French Montana song, No Shopping, saying like pump it up. But French Montana said that he didn't believe it was a diss because Drake never mentioned. Yeah, he never mentioned.
But if you think about it,
studio, but it's like seriously, nobody says pump it up in no kind of catchphrase, no nothing.
But that's my shit though. We not even sipping on a drink. That come on, let's be serious. That song hot as hell, okay? Like, Joe Budden asked to go sit down on a button somewhere. Ain't nobody got time to be playing around with him. And then that diss that he made, like, that shit was so old school. Now, don't get me wrong. Joe Budden, he got bars. You know what I'm saying? But as far as him coming back with a diss song such as that,
and that's what
exactly.
That's what they're saying, like,
old school.
Like during the Brilliant Idiots Joe Budden was on. That's like another podcast I love listening to. Charlamagne Andrew, they were talking to Joe Budden, and that's what they were saying. Like, Joe Budden was so pissed, but it's just like Drake makes singles. He makes music for 2016. Like, ain't nobody doing that same shit no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at it. And that's all
exactly.
that, you know, everyone's saying, but it's like Joe Budden's just so, like, hurt by it. And then he also said that he feels like Drake came out with the initial sneak diss with 4 p.m. in Calabasas because of him, like, having sex with Tahiri. Because I guess Drake was secretly, like, hooking up with Tahiri back in the day, and, like, no one knew until Joe Budden just recently aired that out, which is kind of psycho. It's like, man, why'd you, you know what I'm saying, throwing skeletons out of the closet? That don't got shit to do with you, yeah.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to still stick by Drake, my Scorpio buddy. I love the song Sipping on a Drink. I mean, I know that's not what it's called, but that is my shit. And I just feel like Joe Budden, at the end of the day, he's trying to be relevant. Last time I even heard anything besides these diss tracks that he made, or even seen him on, was Love and Hip Hop, trying to get that quick $2,000 real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he's just trying. Like I listened to the song. You know, he was like pump it, but he wasn't like, you know, like pump it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the beat wasn't even on it. But I did feel like Drake was coming at him a little bit, because he was talking about how he wasn't the man, he wasn't the man that he wanted to be, or something like that. So that kind of threw me for a loop, like, whoa, Luke. But other than that, you know, like that was, he didn't even go hard on him. He just said a little something. Like, why are you tripping about that? Like, shut the fuck up.
But this is going to be an interesting piece. It's going to be interesting because, like they said, you know, I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest Joe Budden fan, and you know, I fuck with Drake as far as, like, singles go. And I listened to a couple of, like, his songs and albums, so I'm not the biggest Drake fan either. So I don't really know as far as, like, their music. I know they're both good artists. But, I mean, this is going to be a nice lineup as far as the rap beats go. So I'm excited to see what goes from it. I hope it doesn't, like, it don't go the wrong way, because we don't need no time for, like, violence in our community. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just needs to be,
yeah, not what I
need to go at it and each other out a couple times, and that's it. Like, you know, keep it pushing. But anyways, I want to talk about Kat Von D.
Not too stupid. Yeah, Kat Von D.
I know unless you are on, like, you know, a frequent user of, like, Instagram and stuff like that, you're probably not going to know who either one of these people are. But Kat Von D is a celebrity tattoo artist. She was on LA Tattoos. And Jeffree Starr, he's like just basically like a social media celebrity. They both have made brands for themselves, especially like in the makeup world. They're having a very public feud because Kat Von D is saying that Jeffree Starr is racist and how he handles business is wrong. She said that she introduced him to BJ Betts, who is another celebrity tattoo artist and a logo designer specialist, during, you know, Jeffree Starr's conceptual phase of the line that he has now. And Jeffree Starr basically couldn't afford him, and so he moved on. But anyways, he moved on with his design. So he never paid BJ Betts, but used his work. Jeffree Starr has came out and said that, you know, all the allegations that she's making is wrong, even though he never addressed being a racist, because there was a video that was released of him, like, saying at least he's not Mexican and, you know, nigger bitch and, like, all this other stuff, which is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was just saying that, basically just saying that Kat Von D is a hater and that he's sad that she went this way about it. But I agree with what she was saying. And to me, it didn't seem like it was come from malicious intent. She said, she didn't say that she made him, but she said that she saw something in him. You know what I'm saying? Being so different. Because the fact that he does wear, like, drag pretty much, and how he talks and, you know, dresses is very, like, flamboyant. But, you know, before this, I thought, like, you know what I'm saying, it was dope. Like, you know, how he looked and, you know, the makeup that he wore and all that kind of stuff. I thought he was, like, very good at what he did. But now it's like, I'm not going to even fuck with you like that. That I see that, you know, the kind of person that you can be, you know. But what do you feel about it?
Nigger bitch is what I'm still stuck on. Like,
right.
That's ridiculous to me. I mean, you know, they were friends for 10 years, and I feel like Jeffree felt like the video that Kat Von D released was aggressive. But how is that aggressive when these are the type of things that you're saying? A lot of people, you know, they may be the same color as you. They may be the same, pretty much the same ethnicity as you, believe in the same values as you to a certain extent. But all because you're a racist and all because these are the type of things that you choose to live by, that don't mean that that's what everybody's going to live by. And yes, y'all been friends for 10 years, but shit, friendships are made to be broken. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a friendship or more of an acquaintance. You know, I felt like I don't really know who to believe in these two videos. These videos that were like an hour between the two of them, because Jeffree was pretty much stating that his family was getting phone calls, stating, you know, that people were going to kill them just based off of what happened with Kat Von D. And Kat Von D, you know, she said everything that she had to say as far as, you know, everything that you just mentioned about how racist Jeffree is and everything like that. And I'm just like, get over it. Like, as far as Jeffree goes, like, get over yourself. Cut it out. Yeah. You know, I understand that it's nice to be in the limelight. It's nice to get your, you know, your 3 days of fame, but cut that shit out. Because as just as you came up in this world, you got up in here, you can be shut right the fuck down real quick. And that's currently what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure even our listeners doesn't even know who Jeffree Starr is. That's how irrelevant this individual is. So it's just like, you know, if you did something that impacted people, you wouldn't be, you know, seen as such a negative person. That's just what it is, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you're saying. I think that's what it is. I think he's gotten too big for himself because of him always being an outsider, as she said, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, he had a little bit of influence, and, you know what I'm saying, she brought him around so that, you know, really, like, I guess, sealed the deal, so to speak, like, made him look like he was somebody. And a lot of times I feel like when they get this instant fame that they didn't really work for, like, you're famous for being nothing, you don't appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, yeah. And of course, with, you know, he's made a bunch of, you know, videos. If you look him up on YouTube, he's a makeup artist, and he basically, like, reviews, like, lip gloss and stuff like that. And all he does is just bash different people. And it's like, what are you bashing somebody for? Are you bashing them so because you make lip gloss, you want to make sure people only buy your lip gloss? Like, what's the point of even, like, reviewing somebody's makeup in the first place if you have your own line? Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Exactly. But I hope, you know what I'm saying, if you were ever interested in Jeffree Starr and you liked his, you know what I'm saying, his lip gloss or whatever he was promoting, you see the kind of person he is now, and I'm sorry. Like, it's no apology. You said what you said, you know, so you can't fuck with him. Yep. Like, we got to stop putting our black dollars in people that are just going to take it. Like, you know what I'm saying, they don't respect where we are. They don't respect what we do, you know what I'm saying, and they just want to take our money. Like, we gotta refuse that. Like, we gotta keep it pushing. And I'm glad Kat Von D did it. Like, he can say she's a hater, but to me it didn't look like she was being a hater. She's basically saying, like, you're fucked up, and I will no longer be a part of it. Especially with her being Mexican, like, that have her looking crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying, with videos like that getting leaked. You know? Yeah. But I want to talk about Taylor versus Kimye, this long beef.
Oh, my gosh. It's hilarious. It's hilarious that Taylor Swift sat up there, to me, personally, and lied about, I just felt like she lied about the video, you know, pretty much stating that it was, like, she didn't know about it and claimed that it was never approved, but, bitch, people, they record things. This is 2016. Everybody has something to prove nowadays, and she should have known better. She should have known better. She's trying to seem like she's that perfect little white bitch that don't believe in, you know, just don't believe, like, I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking, but it's dumb, and I'm glad that Kim put her ass out there like a polar bear. You know, it's a wrap. But let everybody know exactly what happened. Let everybody know.
So during the premiere episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, well, anyways, before even that, you know, Kanye released his album, The Life of Pablo, and he has a song on there called Famous. And in the song, he mentioned, you know, basically like putting Taylor on. And she came out and said that she didn't hear the song, even though he said that he let her listen to the song like she was cool with it. So it's like being like a little bit of back and forth, like, but she basically just was saying, like, you know, she can't believe he released something like this. She never spoke to her about it. But during the premiere episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they released like the videos of him talking to her on the phone. She's basically saying like she appreciate him putting her in the song and like all this other stuff, and that she admire him. Basically, like,
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
contradicting
just
herself.
The kind of person that she is. You said what?
I said pretty much contradicting herself.
Mhm. And that's what she gives me. Like, she just gives me somebody that's just not real, like not genuine in any kind of way. Like, she gives me like one of the people that be like, yeah, huh?
She said that the shit was a compliment, kind of. Like, I mean, if she had an issue about it, she should have addressed it over the phone. I felt like when she said the first, like, you know, like, oh, I'm like close to overexposure. When she mentioned all of that stuff, you know, and Kanye West pretty much stated like, oh, I think it's a really cool thing to have. You know, oh, well, it's one, I think it's a really cool thing to have. She was, I know, it's like a compliment kind of. And I'm just thinking, if you had something to say to Kanye West, you should have mentioned it at that time. You should have told him when he gave you a call, but instead you're up there being a fake-ass bitch, as most people do, as most, you know, I witnessed a lot of that at work, you know, a lot of the pretentiousness. But, yeah, she's been extremely pretentious on the phone, and then she wanted to try and come out. I'm just glad, like a fool, but I'm just glad that they did record the video and that she made herself look like a damn fool, seriously, extremely foolish.
But they're also saying that she's planning on, like, filing a lawsuit against them. But
and the bitch gonna lose.
She can't because they said that there was clearly like production crew in the room during the time, like you could hear them talking in the background. So, you know, but she
like
said
that
she's on speakerphone. It's like you can tell me on speakerphone. Like I'm on speakerphone right now. Your voice sounds different. Like you know.
Yes.
And if you weren't for sure, you should have asked. Like, I want this to be like a private conversation. There's nothing wrong with being real. Like at the end of the day, this is your name. Like he's using your name in a song, and he doesn't know you like that. And the history that y'all have had in the past is not a great one. You know, so why sit there and be like phony and be like, and then when it come out, act like that's not what it is. And I think they recorded it because they knew that. They knew the kind of person she is. Like she pretends to be like pretty much.
Exactly. And she's fake. She's all like, oh, joke's gonna be on everybody else. They think that, you know, I don't know about that. I'm gonna like, hey, joke's on you. Okay, bitch. Well then why are you acting like the joke's on them? Because it's not. Really, in real life the joke is on her. Just for acting as if, like, did she really not think, I mean, we do this. Then once again, this is 2016. People are going to pretty much record every conversation.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants proof.
Like, I be with my friends and my family all the time, and I just be like, I look at that phone, like, especially when I know I'm about to go in, because, you know, I'm very opinionated. I'm talking shit 70% of the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking shit about people, but, you know, how I feel, you know, just kitchen talk. So when I see one of the phones lift up, I'll be like, okay, yeah, let me be quiet, because I know. You know, I know how some of my friends are. They like to Snapchat and they like to Instagram, and I don't want my voice in the background me going ham about something that has nothing to do with nothing and it being a big deal, you know what I'm saying? So you just have to be mindful of all that. But I don't think she really cared. I just think that, she, you know, she's being her privileged white self and, you know, whatever.
Yes.
But question of the day. What is the question of the day? I forgot that fast.
Yo, our question of the day is, why is it so hard to forgive? So, Jen, since you forgot the question of the day, why don't you answer the question of the day first?
No,
why is it so hard to forgive?
You start.
You really want me to start? Okay. I feel like okay, well, I feel like as far as us humans goes, like when we do something wrong or hurtful or disappointing, we tend to excuse our own behavior by, like, attributing it by pretty much relating it to an external or outside thing that's happened. But all in all, like, we are hardwired to retaliate, and that's why it's so hard to forgive, because we're always thinking about retaliating, you know? I think at the end of the day, we need to forgive and figure out what the consequences of people's actions are, or You know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's what we always do. We always thinking about the consequences. But I think at the end of the day, that is the main reason why we're hard to forgive, because we're thinking that other folks, they're not. They think that their consequences have no reaction. And, you know, because, for example, you know, you get into a relationship with somebody, you love them, they cheat on you, you know, and you forgive them. Well, they probably going to think that, shit, they can just do it again. And it's going to be consistent. And you don't want to break up with that person, but they're not going to change. So we're like, oh, okay, you know, we're going to give them one more time. And then you look like a damn fool after, like, the fifth time, and you're just thinking, okay, I really don't want to let this person go, but I have to. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to. And so at the end of the day, you want to retaliate, and that's why it's so hard to forgive, because all you're thinking about is consistently doing this in the end. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we need not to let resentment imprison us. You know, don't let it imprison your life, because it's going to destroy you and your relationship. And, I mean, I had to really learn it the hard way. It was a struggle for me to forgive, you know, in my life. And this is not only with relationships, but with siblings and friends and moms, parents, husbands, wives, all of it. It's hard to forgive.
Right.
But tell us, Wanjan, why do you think it's so hard to forgive?
I think that it's hard to forgive. You know, it just depends on the situation. I think as far as, like, with some people, you expect a lot out of them. You know, when they do something that totally shocks you or something that's not their character, or initially you don't know that it's a part of their character, you know, and they do it, it kind of, like, fucks you up. And that's just something that you're going to always think about. It's going to always be in the back of your mind. And, you know what I'm saying, every little thing is going to trigger that feeling, because I think it's just a total state of shock. Like, I don't think, you know, I don't think people mean to not forgive people, but it's just like, you know, if you fuck with somebody, you know, they ain't shit, and then they do something that's really, like, messed up, you know, you just won't fuck with them. It's not the fact that you, like, you know what I'm saying, don't forgive them or you move past it, but it's like somebody that you, like, love and you put, like, pretty much, like, on this pedestal, you know, and they can do nothing wrong, and do something that's, like, totally unexpected. You know, whether it's like disrespect you or, you know, infidelity or anything, you know.
Yeah.
It's going to argue with you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you want to take some callers?
Yeah, we can take some callers. You all know how we've been taking the calls for the last couple of weeks now. During our calls, we will pick random numbers to speak by stating their area code and the last 4 digits of their phone number. If you do not want to participate, if your number is called, please say pass on the air, and we're going to just move on to the next number. This is also your time to confess. So we are going to start off with a 919 area code. The last 4 digits of that number is 9726. Tell us, why is it so hard to forgive? You're in the air?
Pass.
Okay. Thank you so much. We are going to go ahead with a 414 area code. 8676 is the last 4 digits of that phone number. Tell us, why is it so hard to forgive?
Pass.
Wow.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to take one more call, you all, from a 414 area code. The last 4 digits of that number is 3887. Tell us, why is it so hard to forgive?
I think that's a pass, too.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys know what? No, it's been a crazy day. You know, nobody really feel like talking, and that's fine. You know, but I do understand why it's so hard to forgive. And all in all, you know, things are crazy. But you know what? Since we're not going to have any people really speaking like that, I'm going to ask Jen another question. I've been thinking about this, Jen. Would you rather lose all your old memories or never be able to create any new ones?
I think I would rather lose all of my old memories, because I think you can learn stuff over, and it's, as far as, like, if I'm not able to create any new memories, I don't want to be stuck in the past. I don't want to not know every new person I meet in my life. You know. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I feel like my future is much brighter than my past. I mean, it's only been 25 years, and I feel like I got another 80 to go. Yes, over 100 years old. That's correct. You know, so I feel like all my past memories, I mean, it's a lot of memories. I have great memories, horrible memories, you know, very sad memories, but I feel like all my past memories, they can be depleted. And the new ones, bring them here.
Right.
Well, how about this? Do you have a confession for the night?
Well, you sound like you have like a really big one, so yeah, I'll go ahead. My confession is I am getting ridiculous as far as the weight department. I've gained 60 pounds. Yeah, I've gained 60 pounds. Yeah.
Wait,
like, 60? I mean, you know, I used to be really on fitness, but it's just like lately, obviously this past year, I've just been really lazy. Like,
you've been complacent. It sounds like
yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
You know, it's so much going on. I don't be wanting to go to the gym. Like, I don't. Protein is gross. You know, I don't want to swallow a million pills. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be jittery from taking, you know what I'm saying, taking pills. So it's just, I'd rather just, you know what I'm saying, stop, get something to eat, or, you know, eat a huge meal at home and then go to sleep and get ready for class and get ready for work and, you know, the podcast. But it's, I think after tonight, I told myself today is going to be my last day. And I know everybody says that, but it's like, seriously, I want y'all to hold me to that. I want y'all to, like, check in and ask how I'm doing as far as,
okay,
you know.
I like that.
But, yeah, it's getting ridiculous. I'm 264 now, and last year I was 200 pounds.
How much?
I'm 264 pounds.
I said, how much did you last year?
Oh, 200.
Oh, see, I'm still trying to get down to 200 pounds. I mean, you know what, though? The struggle be real sometimes. I gained, lost. Right now I'm in a losing phase. Me and my husband been working out every day, 5 days a week, 4 o'clock every morning, doing our T25. I've been 4 o'clock a.m., and then I be at work by 5:30 in the morning time, and I leave at between 3 and 5 o'clock in the evening. So, I mean, my days are extremely full. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead with my confession. I do understand it, though. I've been trying to eat healthy, trying to lose weight, trying to work out, but mostly because I'm going to Vegas next month. So, I'm being charged, you know.
Right.
My confession is crazy. So, last night, y'all, I just say this. It was late enough for me to be asleep and my son to be asleep. My husband was kind of up still. I'm asleep, you know, and I hear this noise now. I just want to let y'all know, I just got my belly button pierced maybe about 3 or 4 days ago. 3 days ago, I believe. So I'm asleep, and I hear this noise. I don't live in the best neighborhood. I'm thinking it's gunshots. My ass flip on my stomach and fly off my bed like a damn bat. I'm all over the damn floor. It was horrible. I mean, I was so damn scared. My husband jumped on the floor with me, looking around like that was firecrackers, wasn't it? I'm basing everything off of you, and I'm just discombobulated because I took a damn sleeping pill. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I hit the floor so hard, I hurt my stomach. I caught a Charlie horse in my leg when I'm on the floor. So I'm just trying to bend. If anybody had a Charlie horse in a damn calf, y'all know that shit hurt. And you got to really bend your calf the opposite way of the muscle spasm for it to go back right. Then my son comes running up in the room, so I'm on my stomach, on my piercing. My calf is killing me, and my son is running up in my room. My husband's halfway on the floor looking around. It was absolutely horrible, y'all. I wish I would have seen it. And I didn't think the shit was funny last night. When I explained that story this morning to a couple of people, they were cracking up.
You know it's hilarious because I always wake up dramatic, too. If somebody wakes me up out of my sleep and it's not like my normal life, you know, you got to, like, tap me. Like, and my whole family's like that. Like, we all are, like, dramatic wake-uppers. Like, I don't know, like, a couple of days ago, my boyfriend's sister, like, she stopped by the house or whatever, and I was, like, knocked out. And I heard the doorbell, and I was like, oh, I said something. I made, like, the most random statement that did not have to do with, like, answering the door. Like.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if I was over your house and that shit happened with the firecrackers? Me and you both would be all fucked up.
I mean, can you imagine somebody breaking into your house? Like, we'll be dead like that. Like, we'll be quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get our thoughts together. We'd be too dramatic.
Your ass screaming. I can imagine the way you was screaming over there when we was on Clybourne, when that lady was trying to get in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Help me. That was crazy. Please. Yes, y'all. Inside jokes, so crazy. Y'all need to make sure y'all tune in next week, everybody. Thank y'all so much for listening. We're going to be back on the air Thursday, July 28th. Same time, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. And we want to hear from y'all. We don't get no confessions. Y'all, don't be scared to email us y'all confessions. We know you got some confessions. We know.
Yeah.
So
we know y'all got some deep, dark secrets that y'all don't want to tell nobody, but you know it's real juicy. So we want to know them, and that's it. We know.
Absolutely.
We know. That's it.
I know that.
Yeah.
Right. My nose ain't even that big, but I'm nosy as fuck. I'm trying to let you know. Nah. All right, y'all. Well, we love y'all. We thank y'all so much for the support. And once again, this is your host, Angel Vondrina.
And I'm your co-host, Sean. And you're listening to
Confession Session.
I'm trying to see if we can get it, but one day.
We still ain't got it. One day, y'all. Love y'all. Good night.
Bye.